Hey folks, good late afternoon to you. Welcome to the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. I'm Jared Floyd. Happy Friday. I know a lot of folks have evening plans. Those should go off without a hitch. At least not, there shouldn't be any problems weather-wise across the area. Everything else is out of my control. Not that I can control the weather. You get what I'm saying. But anyway, as we go into the weekend, it gets kind of worse before it gets better, especially as we go into Saturday evening and Saturday night. Cooper, good afternoon. That's my nephew. He's on YouTube, by the way. If you're not seeing it on the comments, that's why. Let's take a look at the visible satellite. And again, we've got cloud cover on the increase, mainly high clouds for the time being, but we'll expect showers and thunderstorms to move in throughout the daytime hours tomorrow. Check out the radar. Radar products, as always, made possible by Browns Roofing, brownsroofingla.com. Good afternoon, Mr. Greg. And we see the showers and thunderstorms increasing in coverage, and we've been seeing rain through much of the day across western Arkansas. Even had a flash flood warning earlier today in Texarkana. And the flood watches that have been posted for the Dallas-Fort Worth Metro, much of the I-35 corridor. Nobody in our area is under a flood watch or anything like that as of yet, and really don't expect to see any until we start seeing the rainfall. And then, obviously, some adjustments may need to be made depending on how things pan out. This is round one of showers and thunderstorms. The general thought process is that most of this activity will develop into a larger cluster of storms, a large complex of storms that will move east tonight, tomorrow morning. Those storms should kind of weaken over our area, bringing the first wave of rainfall, and then we'll run into the larger complex, at least for our area, of thunderstorms Saturday night, Sunday morning. Still quite warm in the upper 70s to low 80s. Boy, I got out there and mowed the yard this afternoon and breathed in way too much dust because it is still quite dry across the region. That won't be a problem tomorrow, especially as you go into Sunday. By the way, if you got a chance and you don't have anything to do on a Friday night, probably want to mow your yard because don't wash your car. Don't wash your car. Anyway, temperatures are in the mid-70s, low 80s across the region. As you head out and about to high school games tonight, it'll be warm to start, but still a fairly dry environment, so temperatures will fall fairly quickly. But we are starting to see those dew points climb. We were in the 40s and low 50s to start the day, now starting to see the 50s and 60s, and those will really ramp up as we go into the day tomorrow. Winds are back out of the southeast, leading the charge as Gulf moisture starts to stream in, along with the subtropical moisture, which is kind of part of the upper-level system, moving and digging into the area this weekend. Carmen, you're very welcome. Glad to provide an update. Let's look at the futurecasts made possible by Bayou Power Sports. Again, if you missed this at lunchtime, limited stock on youth ATVs and side-by-sides, so if you're thinking about that for a Christmas present, may want to go ahead and hop on that. And you know what? Get me a side-by-side, too. I've always wanted one of those things. Anyway, look at Futurecast shows the showers and storms that I was talking about that are already developing out over central Texas. As they move into our area by around sunrise or around that time frame tomorrow morning, most of those storms starting to weaken. So it's really just relegated to showers, maybe some occasional rumbles of thunder, but the severe weather threat early in the day tomorrow looks low. Could be rainy for some, but it also could be some scattered stuff and that some areas may be able to dodge. Late Saturday night, Sunday morning, another complex of showers and storms develops. The big question mark will be in the smaller scale features, kind of the devil's in the details, if you will, in terms of where this warm front that you're seeing will be placed as the boundary, the cold front advances through. If it can establish a warm sector in place, we would have probably a better chance of seeing strong to severe storms. Nonetheless, regardless of warm front placement, I think there at least will be the possibility of some isolated damaging wind gusts, even as far north as southern Arkansas, as this complex of storms moves through. The highest likelihood, best ingredients, will be in the southern counties and parishes, but I think that there will be at least the isolated severe weather threat for pretty much the entire area tomorrow. This is by around sunrise. Sorry, I just needed to catch my breath. This is a lot of information. This is prior to sunrise on Sunday as the complex of storms starts to approach the Mississippi Valley and then advances quickly off to the east. Area of low pressure at the surface provides a lot of wraparound moisture and some lingering showers through a good chunk of the day on Sunday before skies start clearing going into Monday. Here's a look at kind of how rain chances are expected to ebb and flow as we go into the weekend. And you can see that a lot of spots are scattered, and rain chances are not created equal across the entire region. Some spots will see better than others in terms of rain chances early in the day on Saturday. As you go into Saturday night, everybody looking at rain chances, and a pretty decent shot at it as well by around midnight or early Sunday morning. All of that advances off to the east, and we're back to scattered stuff as we go into the day, the middle parts of the day on Sunday, and then late Sunday, most of the rain starts to move out. The good news is, if there's anything to be kind of positive about, I think a lot of our model data has started to kind of fall in line. This is a look at the Barron 3K model, which we've been showing, and it's been kind of advertising some extremes, 3-4 inch rain totals. It was fairly widespread with a lot of heavy rain earlier today. But it's also shown that if you miss a lot of the heavier thunderstorm activity, you may fall well short of some of those expected rain values, rain totals, if you will. Some spots, if you swing and miss on the thunderstorms, may only pick up a half inch, 3/4 of an inch. But those will be just as isolated as the 4 and 5 and 6 inch rain totals. Again, there's always extremes. Most of us are going to kind of fall in the middle. Check of what we call the National Blend of Models, the NBM. It's not really a model. It's kind of a smushed average, a weighted average of a bunch of very reliable data put together. And you can see how it started to kind of come back to reality. We showed this yesterday, or I showed this yesterday, and it was showing 3 and 3.5 inch rain totals across the entire area. Now it's kind of come back down to a little bit what I would think is more realistic as we go into the daytime hours, Saturday and Sunday. I still think we're going to see some isolated 4 or 5 inch totals, but I also still think there's going to be a lot of areas that fall short of 2 inches of rain. Maybe only see an inch, inch and a quarter, but the vast majority of us probably still falling in the 2 to 3 inch window. Here's a look at the official forecast from the Weather Prediction Center. This has not updated, I don't believe, since the last time I joined you. If it has updated, it looks very similar. But again, generally paints most of the area in 2 to 3 inch totals. Again, some areas will surpass that. Some areas will probably fall short. And then the excessive rain outlook, the flash flood outlook, whatever you want to call it, for tomorrow has been expanded. If you weren't in it before, you're in it now, and it includes the entire area for Saturday and early Sunday. Again, this is, we call it the excessive rain outlook, kind of the risk of flash flooding and runoff of rain that could cause some issues. Here's a look at the severe weather threat. Again, this has not changed from where I joined you at 12:30. It's only updated twice a day, and that was update 2 of 2. We will get the day 1 outlook shortly after midnight. I think it's 1 a.m. Tomorrow morning from the Storm Prediction Center. I'll provide that to you early tomorrow morning. I will not provide it to you when it comes out at 1 a.m. Because I don't expect it to really change that much. Marginal risk may get nudged a little bit farther northward. I would not be surprised to see pretty much the entire area under a marginal risk for severe weather tomorrow. And then the slight risk, I wouldn't be surprised to see that go as far north as the I-20 corridor. Main concerns as we go into the day tomorrow in terms of severe weather threats will be damaging wind gusts within that complex of storms late Saturday, early Sunday. Best chances of that along and south of I-20. The tornado threat is low, but it's not zero. An isolated tornado threat probably maximized within that complex of storms as it moves east. Some brief embedded tornadoes could develop within that complex. Brief and embedded does not imply that they would be weak, but they could be quick forming. Occasional hail will be a possibility. A lot of ums. Occasional hail will be a possibility as well. Hail is a possibility as well. Oh man, it's Friday, but it will show the possibility maybe of non-severe hail. I really don't expect to see a lot of quarter golf ball sized hail across the region with this event. Looks to be mainly a heavy rain event. And then obviously the flash flood and flood threat bump that up to medium just because, again, the periods of heavy rain and storm-driven rains will lead to some runoff and concerns in that regard as well. Susie, Kathy, May, Beverly, thanks so much for hopping in. This may be the last forecast a lot of folks see going into the weekend. So it was a lot of data to throw at you over a 10-minute span, but hopefully, again, you got what you needed. Overnight lows tonight will be in the upper 50s to near 60. The rain chances start to boost up a little bit toward daybreak. Scattered showers and storms becoming widespread late in the day with afternoon highs all over the place. I wouldn't be surprised to see portions of southern Arkansas in the low 70s. I wouldn't be surprised to see folks in western Mississippi along the Mississippi Valley in the upper 70s to low 80s by that stretch. So, again, temperatures may be all over the place with the clouds and the rain setting in. Winds breezy at times out of the south-southeast. Rain chances, again, beefed up a little bit for Saturday, kept them where they are for Sunday. Bring another cold front through the area Monday, Tuesday, and beyond that, look at daytime highs second half of next week. Upper 60s to near 70. Morning lows falling back into the 40s for a stretch. The first look at trick-or-treating forecast next Friday, not too bad. Not bad at all. Small chance of rain. Small. We'll keep an eye on that. I would venture if we're looking at a daytime high of 70, that would mean your 7 p.m. temperature would probably fall at 65, 62, 63, somewhere in that ballpark. It'd be a nice night for trick-or-treaters. That is a look at the forecast. Obviously, you can get your latest forecast as needed at digitalweatherdesk.com. It's tied exactly to what you see here. Enter your location, your zip code, and the forecast you get there is tied directly to what you see here. Maybe different numbers because, again, different locations. And you can also download the Digital Weather Desk app. It's available for Apple users, Android users, coming soon. Did not get an update on that today, which was kind of a bummer, but hopefully we'll get one on Monday. Obviously, if we need weather coverage this weekend, that's what I do. So I'll provide that as well as needed. I'll join you first thing. I say first thing tomorrow morning. Don't expect me at 8 a.m. Oh, maybe around there, somewhere around there in that ballpark, because the day 2 outlook from the Storm Prediction Center comes out. Day 1, second update. Day 1 comes from the Storm Prediction Center at around that time. So I'll probably join you around then, and then we'll obviously take a look at the radar and keep an eye on storms as they make their way through the ArkLaMiss on a very soggy weekend. Enjoy your Friday night, everybody. Again, forecast is always available at digitalweatherdesk.com. Thanks so much for making the Digital Weather Desk powered by CenturyNet